Hey guys, Pan TheOrganizer here. So I'm out at the Koch Chemie or Koch Chemie, the KCX detailing event here at the Porsche Center Experience in Atlanta. So we have the track here behind us over there. There might be some driving today, although it's crazy humid, it's raining, and well, who knows, but beautiful place. And let me show you the experience from inside. We're going to be getting a briefing this morning, and who knows what the adventure is going to be about. So follow me for the ride. So guys, you're going to get the full tour of this event for Experts 2022 event hosted by Koch Chemie. So the German brand, they have pretty much all their entire line of detailing products available. We're going to do some hands-on demos, and you're going to get the information directly from their experts themselves. So for the interior and the exterior, stay tuned throughout the video for those demos. We were at this beautiful Porsche Experience Center in Atlanta. So two German brands meeting together for this awesome experience with the track as well. Let me give you a quick tour of my hotel room. They hooked us up pretty well. So I want to thank, by the way, Koch Chemie for inviting me there. They did not pay for this video. However, they did provide the airfare and as well the hotel. So a nice little room with a cool walk-in shower here. I had to wear the Pan TheOrganizer Weekend Warrior t-shirt to represent the brand and the family. And so big king-size bed, very clean aesthetics, modern room. Needed to get a few Z's because I didn't sleep much since the events were in the morning, and I go to bed usually pretty late. So that was the hotel in that portion, and then you just walk literally a minute across the road to the One Porsche Drive. That's this big center here. That's the Porsche Experience Center in Atlanta, right next to the airport. And oh my God, was it a fun time. Let's go in there. So in the back of that center is their track where you can pull Porsches, either take a delivery of your own new Porsche and drive it on the track, or as we were able to experience, drive with a professional driver. You're going to see that later on. Next to the airport, of course, lots of planes taking off and landing. So sorry if you hear a bit of that sound during the video. But yeah, once again, this, by the way, was the building used in one of the Avengers movie. That was their headquarters for the Avengers. So I thought that was cool. There are Porsche cars everywhere, both inside and out. There's even a museum at the beginning. Let's have a look at their vans. So new branding for their mobile detailing units, where they could just pull up to different places with all the gear, the pressure washers, and their products set up in there. I thought that was pretty cool. Look at this, the table of elements for all the color codes of their different car wash and car detailing products. That was pretty awesome. So again, you're going to have a direct demo and hands-on. Everything I went through, you're going to see in this video, and you're going to learn a bunch of tips and tricks. So let's get the show started.
Basically forwards in a way that we are today active in, I think in the meantime, more than 100 countries on the planet. And the brand name is growing. We have with that also the chance, the opportunity to expand our activities in our headquarters in Unna, with production, with research, development, warehousing, logistics. So out of that trunk of a private car, a multinational global operating company was grown, and that makes us a little bit proud.
The copper is very sensitive. That means when you put on a very strong high alkalic cleaner on the surface or on the leather, it will damage the topper. Okay, when there's an old car with several thousand miles, I think the topper will be eliminated before. But when you have looks quite new, when you take maybe as an example a strong brush, something like this, very strong. When you go here over the leather, you will definitely damage the topper together with the chemical product. We have here, this is a new version. This is just a leather brush. One time around. And the brushes are very soft. When you have no soft brush, you can also take maybe something like microfiber sponge or just a normal sponge. So what I'm doing is I put it here on the brush, and then I go there. Green Star is mixed 1 to 20.
Oh, Green Star you're using.
This Green Star, I can also take Polestar, the dilution. The dilution is 1 to 5. I take the poster. This is a normal. You can, with the dilution, some guys they take 1 to 3 because it's a little bit more dirty. One they take 1 to 10. You have to test it yourself. What is the best dilution you can find? And here you can see it's also foamy. Well, the first thing is that I bring the product, maybe on the leather seat where I have to work, and I leave it for maybe 1 minute or something else. The only thing is you have to look that the chemical product doesn't get dry on the surface. So, because now the chemical product's starting for working, and then you can have a look, maybe you have to go with the brush a little bit stronger over there, to eliminate the dirt. And then the next step, you have the towel. It's very important. Not with the dry towel. Please take light wet towel. Because remember, we need water to eliminate the chemical products and also the dirt.
Just water bottles.
So, because now when it looks, in the moment, it looks not bad, but when I go with a little bit water on, so I take just a little bit water, sparkling water.
That's what I was asking. It's like you just won the Formula One.
So maybe I think. So you can see what happens here. It's foamy. Soap. And this is inside of the here on the surface. That means we have also covered the dirt. So therefore we have to take a light wet towel to eliminate also the chemical products. Very important. Because when you make the next step with the protection, you will put the protection on the chemical products. Stupid idea, huh? There's a lot of calcium inside. Then we have eliminated the chemical products and we have taken calcium. So now it's not foamy, everything is eliminated, then it's a perfect result for the next step. You can also, because of the foam, you can do it with the ventilation, with the holes in the leather, and you can make it also with ALCANTARA. But please pay attention that you don't scrub so hard on the ALCANTARA because then you will damage the fiber. Therefore the soft brush will be perfect. So after cleaning everything, it's important, it's a must do to protect the leather. That the leather will stay soft the next time, that you will cover it, and that you close that the leather doesn't get so much dirt afterwards. It's like a protection. And therefore we have leather star. Here also we have, it's a little bit different. On the market sometimes you find something like leather cream, but we have a fluid. The difference is when you have a leather cream, and then when we speak about the leather with the holes inside, and you take the leather cream, all the holes are covered with the cream. Then you have to take the maybe air pressure or something else together with the towel, and then you have to open all the holes. It takes a lot of time, and maybe some from this fat or grease spreads inside of your car. So therefore we have a fluid, and also what speaks against the cream, we can put it also on all leather sorts, also on ALCANTARA. You can put on the leather star on ALCANTARA for protection. So, and I take something like a foam pad. You can also take something like a microfiber, but the foam pad will be the best. Sometimes I see that the guys take a towel, but for what we need a towel? Just for eliminate something. A pad is for put on something on the surface, and the towels is to eliminate something out of the of the surface. So therefore, it's not a good idea to take a towel because we want to bring the product on the leather, and we don't want to eliminate it. I put it a little bit on my sponge, on my pad, and then I go over there. I make only a half that I maybe can show the distance. It's also very important that you put on the
Stitching.
leather protection also here into the, what is called this one?
Stitch.
In the stitch. That also the stitch will be get a little bit flexible.
Yep.
Yeah, very important. Then you can leave it. I think so after 5 minutes, the product will be get dry, and then you can go inside with white trousers or with the clothes, and you have no grease spots on your clothes.
So is that meant to have any UV protection, dye transfer, friction damage, protect against all of that?
Yeah.
A lot of people get confused often. You have the Green Star, that's more an APC, higher pH,
Yes.
that you can use outside and inside.
Yes.
When would you use more the pH neutral-ish Polestar on the inside? When would you use Green Star and when would you use Polestar?
So normally we have two different products for the inside cleaning. We have the MZR, it's called. You don't have it in the US market, and we have the Polestar, the both ones. But for the beginning, we start with the Green Star because we have a lot of guys also in the whole of the world. They said, I don't want to have two different products. I want to have an all-purpose cleaner for everything. And therefore, the Green Star will be perfect. The only thing is that you have to look at the dilution. That Green Star, when you put it just on these sensible surfaces, so leather, 100%. I every time take Polestar. Just also for the leather, for the steering wheel, for the leather and everything. Leather I took with a Polestar. Everything was have to do with non-painting plastic parts, like dashboards or something else, or just textile from the seats. I take the Green Star. And the dilution outside 1 to 10 roundabout and inside 1 to 20 or between 1 to 20 and 1 to 30. But never put any alkali cleaner on navigation systems, on Macrolon is for the window from the speedometer, and we have now a lot of problems with the new cars because there are difference of materials inside. You can find wood application, you can find Edelstahl. What is this? Not iron, the higher version.
Stainless steel?
Stainless. You find stainless steel. You find aluminium.
Carbon fiber.
You find piano paint and thousands of different sorts. And when you go with an alkali cleaner with it, maybe you will damage it, just the navigation system, or you will have a big smear film on these areas.
So you would use your interior detailer for that?
Something like this here, all-round surface cleaner. This will be a good idea. The cleaning performance is not so high than a Green Star because it's not alkalic, just neutral. But for these areas, I take together with a towel, I go over these areas, and then it's absolutely perfect. And when it's a ready-to-use product, and you have no spots left. When the product maybe you spray it on the surface, you leave it dry, you have no spots from water spots or something else. Everything will eliminate it completely. I think everyone knows the tornado gun or something else. Yeah, we sell it also as a tornado gun cleaner. You can put it into the tornado gun because there's no dangerous product inside.
It won't build up inside the machine.
Yeah.
It doesn't build up in the tubes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, this is very important. Make it with a trigger sprayer, take a towel one time behind, and when it's not 100% dry, it doesn't matter, you have no spots afterwards. Just for easy dirt. This will be a good idea. And then this one you can put on also on the dashboards, you can put it on the navigation system, you can put it everywhere because you have no spots. Then I take also extra, maybe a top star or something else, just for protect it a little bit, and maybe the plastic looks a little bit more darker, it looks a little bit more semi-gloss. You can find the top star. It's one of the famous plastic protection. It's also UV stable, it's called. Can I say it? UV stable?
Yeah,
it's against UV lights. Yeah? And it's also anti-static. And it makes a little bit semi-gloss film. It's covered perfectly when you have very light scratches. The problem is, when you look, and maybe we are here in the Porsche area, when you look in the new Porsche, you don't have non-painted plastic parts so much. You have more the parts like I told you before, and piano paint and all the other things. And when you put the top star on these areas, you have a lot of smear film on it. So, therefore, my favorite, in the moment, my favorite, can be that it will be also your favorite or not, I don't know. is Quick and Shine. The Quick and Shine was produced as a quick detailer. Also here in this area, where all the car stays there, then a lot of guys runs around the car, all the fingerprints, then there's a little bit dust on. You can find the product often in the here on the SEMA, the guys who runs around the cars, and every time they have a towel, put a little bit from the Quick and Shine or other product to eliminate just the dust and eliminate just the fingerprints. And I'm thinking about it and said, it's a good idea when you have a product which where you can make more, when you have more ideas than only take it as a quick detailer. And I take it as an also for plastic protection. I put it here on the sponge. The smell is like fresh. And here we have the Quick and Shine, and here we have Quick Finish. What is the difference?
Quick Finish is silicone free.
Yes, 100% right. Just for the body shop guys, or when you have maybe you have a detailing where they make all the smart repair or spot repair, something else, it will be sometimes a good idea to take the silicone free product. So I will show you first the top stuff. So I put it here on also on a sponge. Maybe we can see it here. Ah, yeah, we can see it also. I do it like this. So I take now the dry side, the new one. I take the Quick and Shine. So. So this is, you can put it on non-painting plastic parts. But now we have also glossy areas, piano paint, navigation system, and so on. I take the same product, but I don't do it with a pad or with a sponge. I take a towel. I spray it on the towel, and then I can go with the towel over this navigation system and so on. This is leather, but not metal. Then I can leave it, the product will get dry, I get a little bit with the towel behind, and everything will look perfectly. No smear film, eliminates the fingerprints, a little bit anti-static, not so much. But this is the easiest way.
So Quick and Shine does the same thing as Top Star, just you can use it on gloss black
You can
plastics.
do it for everything, yes, but the Quick and Shine is not UV light resistant, and the anti-static is not so high than the Top Star. The only thing is that you see the difference between the Top Star and the Quick and Shine. The Top Star makes covered a little bit more, and the Top Star is a little bit more semi-gloss. So the Quick and Shine at the end, it looks quite new.
All right, so we have the 4 shampoo / snow foam. So what are they? What do they do?
So right here is our super foam pH 12. So that's going to be our strongest strip wash. You could use it at 10-to-1 in a foam cannon. I would use it for any pre-rinses, any road grime, dirt debris. You could use it on a coated car, but I wouldn't recommend it all the time. Right next to it is our active foam, which is pH 9.5. That's going to be better for your coated cars because it's less alkaline. Use that same way, 10-to-1 in your foam cannon. Will break down road grime, dirt debris, bug guts. So it's really good for that good pre-rinse for your vehicle. Next would be gentle snow foam, pH 7.5, so almost pH neutral. Good for any type of bucket or foam cannon washes. Good on coated and uncoated cars. Next would be NANOMAGIC shampoo. It's 5.5, but once you put it through your foam cannon, depending on your GPM units, it'll probably pH neutralize it almost. I love it on coated cars. It really reactivates all the hydrophobic properties. It has a lot of sheeting properties to me, from what I realize. No beading. If the car has a coated car that beads, it may bead, but I noticed that it sheets water more than beads it.
So you can use it on waxes, sealants, ceramic coatings. It's universal.
Yes, sir. And I always tell people that you could use that on an uncoated car, and it gives it about a month to 2 of protection.
And you can use it in a bucket wash and a foam cannon, you said?
Yes, sir.
And which one is the best one for somebody looking to do, let's say, a ceramic coating application? You always want to use a strip wash to remove any previous protection.
Yes, sir.
So which one would be the best to remove?
I would say your strip wash, so super foam.
Okay.
And then I would follow up with your gentle snow foam for your contact wash. Yeah, 12 even.
Super foam,
This
pH
is a-
12.
Yeah, this is a good pre-wash on an uncoated vehicle, just to strip any kind of waxes or any old polishes off of there. Go ahead. Dilution ratios on all of our stuff is going to be 100 mils, so it's a 10-to-1 dilution in there. Cost is less than $1 a car for even our most expensive foam. So a lot of people see the price, they think they say, wow, that's pretty expensive, but once you start to break down the dilution ratios, it's cost, all of our products are cost effective. Active foam, 9.5, same thing, 100 mils at 10-to-1 dilution. This is going to still run you about a little bit under $1.25 to fill up your foam cannon.
What's the difference with active foam?
It's just going to be a little more gentle. So say if you have a ceramic coated vehicle and you want to do a good pre-rinse without the high alkalinity, this would be a good option.
And the pH again? What's the
9.5. 9.5.
9.5?
The active. So I think the big difference between this and super foam is this one I would feel safe doing a contact wash with also. But because of the high pH of the super foam, on a coated vehicle, I wouldn't feel safe doing a contact wash with it.
So active foam, bucket wash, and foam cannon, no problem.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Super foam, foam cannon, pre-rinse. All right. Now we got gentle snow foam, and it is a 7.5. All right. This is your all-arounder. This is coated vehicles, contact wash, pre-foam, all the good stuff. Nothing that's gonna break down. Almost neutral on the pH scale. And all of them have a different style of foam. This one clings really good, super thick. NANOMAGIC soap, 5.5. And this one, that's how it fell on the scale. It's really not a 5.5 for any reason other than that's how, when they made it, that's where it fell when they put the protectant in it. This one does have a protectant in it, so it should help add beading to the car, added protection. Great for your bucket washes and your foams on coated vehicles.
So despite the pH 5.5, it's still fine for regular washes?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's just because of that protectant, that's where it ended up landing on the scale.
And same dilution ratios in fair?
As you see, this runs off, you already see it wants to start to bead up and get away from the surface because of the protectant.
Now here it's already rejecting some of it because of the hydrophobic properties. And down here too as well.
Yeah, as you can see, that's beating a lot harder than the other panel. Alright, we're going to do some of the...
What product are you using on the tire?
Yeah, it's going to be the Magic Wheel Cleaner on the wheels there and the Multi-Star on the tires. See, with no agitation, pull all the browning right off your tire there. Yeah, hard to see with this color wheel, but you can see all the iron running down the driveway there, so it's pretty close to a touchless wheel cleaner.
It's going to be our SO2 spray sealant. This is going to be offering 6 to 9 months of protection, give or take. Super easy to use. It's going to be great hydrophobic properties. You can use it as a standalone product or as a ceramic booster. It can boost ceramic coatings, and it's really going to just make it a lot more hydrophobic and glossy. So with the SO2, again, you've prepped the surface. I always spray away from the panel. Light 2 mists. A little bit goes a long way. Apply the product. And you'll notice with the SO2, it flashes extremely fast. So you can just take the towel, flip it, and buff it right off. At the end of the demo, we'll let you guys try it out, but you will notice that the towel just glides right across the surface. So to show you guys the hydrophobics of this product, we'll mist a little bit of water on here. And as you can see, very tight beating. Great hydrophobics.
So could you use that product in direct sunlight for mobile detailers out there, or is it recommended just in shade?
You want to be panel temperature conscious on that, so you want to work out of the direct sunlight and can make sure the panel's not too hot.
Next thing we're going to talk about is our hand wax. Typically, our hand wax takes about 20 minutes to cure out, which allows for a longevity of, as you're doing the car, you can start with the hood, work your way all the way around the rest of the vehicle. And once you get back to the hood, you're able to buff it off, and it buffs off just as easy as it went on. By volume, this is 50% carbonuba wax, which is pure carbonuba, which translates to 35% carbonuba inside the whole 175 milliliter containers, which is the full amount of carbonuba that you can get in a wax without breaking down the other polymers and sealants in there. Typically, to do a whole hood, I would stick it in, do about a half turn. That's going to allow you more wax than you need to get on the hood. So with it being on there, and like I said, it takes about 20 minutes to cure out. I'm going to go ahead and start just with a little section so you guys can see as it starts hazing as we demo the other products. Going on nice and simple, kind of creating that hot crosshatch down, buffing it around, spreading it out so it's going to work well. Has about a 3-month durability based on how the customer is washing the car, how they're treating the paint work on it, but it's going to really enhance the color of the vehicle, the color of the paint, and the depth and the clarity inside of the paint itself. Creates that pure, smooth finish on there, and it smells fantastic. So
cool. So the next product is our finishing wax. It's called the Heart Wax. This is going to be really good. It's going to be 3 to 6 weeks of durability on this one. Yeah, and then another benefit of this wax is when you read on the label, it says long-term finishing wax for all paint types and various plastics, so you can use it on plastic trim. And it removes remnants of previous polishes, waxes, and kind of tar and stuff. So it's almost kind of like it removes any kind of leftover waxes, or so it provides a better bond to the surface. So with this product, on this application, we're going to use the microfiber applicator pad. Simply just, yeah, so with this, you just apply it in a crosshatch pattern. Nice and easy, and it flashes extremely quick. And each pass, you know, I'm covering 50%. Do 2 passes. So this is just a quick finishing wax. You just buff it right off.
one great thing I did forget to mention about the hand wax is it is safe enough to use on plastics. It's not going to leave any white specks or anything on like a Jeep Wrangler or anything. You can use it on the fenders, on the bumpers. It's going to protect it well. It's going to darken it nicely, and it's going to allow the wax to work. It can apply on glass as well. Next products I'm going to talk about is our Quick Finish and our Quick Shine. So these are two of our quick detailers that we offer. Quick Shine has silicone built into it. Quick Finish does not. So this is going to add the protection that the silicone offers. Quick Finish is body shop safe.
Yeah, so the lime scale remover, that's going to be the finish spray exterior. So the FSE. So this is going to be a quick detailer, but it also has the lime scale remover. And we actually, one of our customers in the previous class showed us a video. It worked on some tree sap on the vehicle as well that had been sitting there. The car got brought into the shop and they're like, we don't know what to do. We can't get this sap off. It keeps smearing everywhere. They just sprayed the FSE on there. It completely emulsified the tree sap, and they just wiped it right off. Yeah. So this is going to give you ability to kind of reduce the water spots in the lime scale.
But if you're washing a vehicle, you're in the sun, you bring in the shop to dry it, and you start noticing some water spots, you can hit it with the FSC as a drying aid. It's going to help prevent those water spots from fully forming.
Yep.
It's going to remove all of that.
Another thing to take into account, so obviously we always want to try and use deionized water, but if you're in an area where you don't have access to deionized water, or there's hard water in the area, you can use this, as Liam said, as a drying aid. So when the car is fully washed and cleaned and still wet, light 1-2 mist per panel, and then follow it with the drying cloth, and you'll be good. It'll help reduce those water spots, soften the water.
Is that acidic?
It is
No. Is it?
Yeah, it is very
that's right.
acidic. It has a pH about 2.3.
Yep.
So it's going to work well to remove those water spots.
Yeah, so just like with any other quick detailer, basically, you can spray this on the surface, or if you want to spray it into the towel as well. It's not like it's going to really make a difference. I always just spray it into the towel. But again, just a quick detailer. Spray on. Buff off. Pretty self-explanatory.
I'm gonna go ahead and buff off the hand wax right now so you guys can see just how kind of easy it buffs off. I'll leave half if anyone wants to come up and try and just see how easy it is after. So as with any other wax, kind of just buff it right off. You're gonna be able to see. First pass, it's gonna be a little streaky, but as you follow it up, it's gonna remove all of that residue, all of that streak, and it's really gonna make the color of the hood look better. This hood isn't the best looking hood, but with this, it kind of hides the scratches, deepens that, and makes a crappy hood look good. It allows for that really buttery, smooth feeling.
Let's film James here, top class detail. You guys know him by now.
Hello.
Being filmed by H2O, that's right. So I'm filming you, filming him.
So you're
All right.
saying roughly
So we're filming each other.
Inception.
So what's the product that James is using?
So I'm trying out the SiO2 spray sealant.
Oh, yes.
From the demo I saw, roughly just needs 2 sprays on the towel and then just a bit of working in back and forth. But what I noticed is it already kind of like dissipates, you could say.
Flashes away, yeah, quickly.
Very quick. There you go. Oh yeah, you could already feel the difference. Yep.
And the good things, James, the more you apply this, one day you get to buy one of those.
One day
That's the next step, buddy.
One day I'll be like you.
Oh,
man.
you will, you will. So we're in the Porsche Museum section of the Porsche Experience Center. They have a few beautiful pieces here, but I am told that there is a GT2 RS with a $100,000 special paint job that takes over a week, I think, and 8 layers to apply on the vehicle. So this here is a $100,000 paint job. Are you kidding me? 8 layers and how many days to produce? 8 days on a GT2 RS. Magnetically aligned. Come on. The video will not do it justice, even in 4K, guys. What?
I think that's one of the 4.
And this is a rare breed there, the GT2 RS. But in this paint color, I've never seen this ever. What is the paint color called?
Ice green metallic.
Ice green metallic. Here it is.
We got the paint back on the seats.
God. Levi from the Rad Company. What do you think?
It's nice. I like the color.
Yeah? Look at the hips on this baby. Yeah. Never seen this paint color on a Porsche. Pretty sick. Of course, you can see all the 911 Turbo S turbos, GTS, but also beautiful Cayman GT4 RS. Whew. In this sick color. What do you guys think? That's a pretty nice spec, right? Look at that. Wow. And of course, there's the road course in the back, because you got to drive your Porsches. Here is a Taycan in this kind of emerald green or British racing green color. Taycan Turbo S with the Mission E style wheels, which everybody loves. Let's go see if I can go outside and give you guys a view of the track. There we go. So it's near the airport. It's been raining quite a bit, but currently right now they have a few 911 GTSs on the track, 911 Turbo S, and some GT3s as well. Oh, look at that collection of cars, guys. I'm going crazy. So the new GT3 in a few different color variations. Some Pons, some Caymans, 911. You get this racetrack, which is pretty cool. You can take delivery of your Porsche here and have the full experience, a bit like they have, I guess, in Europe. Those lucky ones. I wish I couldn't taken delivery of my 911 Turbo S here, right? Who knows? Maybe in the future for another Porsche, if I decide to repeat. I think there's some more at the end over there when you're coming down the back straight. Hell yeah. Just the way they're supposed to be, enjoyed, meant to be driven. This is the racetrack where you start there and you go all around with a professional race car driver at blazing high speeds. Guys, I've never experienced anything like this in my life. It was nuts, absolute craziness. And then of course, when they're coming down this straight, they're gonna do a little drifty drift here. Look at that. So we're in a Carrera S?
911 Carrera S.
Carrera S, okay.
2022 model year. And
We're
ready to roll?
Porsche Experience Center in Atlanta.
All right, let's go.
Let's go.
Working left throttle.
Oh.
Here, I'm keeping it tight down to the end.
Jesus.
Plug into that billboard.
Jesus.
Feel the brakes. Not bad, right? And we go nice and tight down to the curb.
I've never driven my Turbo S this quick, that's for sure.
Hey, baby. Come out here to the owner's experience.
Oh my God.
Big on the power, keeping it tight, dropping the anchors, keeping it wide. Smooth release, let that nose come on.
Eliminate the rest from the polishing compound. Because all the polishing compounds, you have seen it I think yesterday also and today, there's oil inside. Not silicones, but oil that you can work perfectly with the product. So and this oil will stay inside from the surface, in the small valleys, I would say. So this you have to eliminate, that you can get a connection between the clear coat or the paint and the ceramic coating. When you have a layer between, you couldn't get any connection. Okay? When you clean it, I take normally 2 towels, 1 towel to buff off the oily residues. And but I never spray it directly on the surface, because it can happen when you have a bad clear coat that the alcohol makes you some small spots. I take my dry towel in the other hand. Also a good idea when you have towels with stitching. Please put it inside, because the stitching is inside of the towel. So I go with my silicone wax remover over the surface. I just make only this area, and in the same moment I go with a dry towel behind to eliminate the rest from the silicone wax remover and maybe some rest from the polishing system. So after this you make the control. It's everything in the paint perfectly. There are no holograms, there are no scratches, because also our polishing compounds covered a little bit because of the oil inside. It's a little bit covered that you don't see the hazing, or that you don't see the hologram so strong. When you take it with silicone wax remover, you eliminate the rest, and then you see the real, I will say. Okay? Application towel, and with my application block. The application block has the soft side and the hard side. The hard side is to hold it in your hands, and the soft side is just for the towel. Something like this. For the beginning, the towel is quite dry. Maybe I need some drops more, but normally the 5 drops for the beginning will be okay. I put it here on, a little bit like this. It looks like this. Then I go on this area. I want to work first over the surface. Maybe this area here. So now I have all the material in this area I want to do. And then I start to go over the surface just crosswise. So here you can see also the small spots from the film. And with the first version, and sometimes or other versions from ceramic coatings, they said you must have a film, and it will get a little bit like a rainbow. But with our version, please work so long that you don't see any film. It's very, very important. Otherwise, yes, otherwise you will get a big problem to buff it off because there's too much material. We save a lot of, with our products, we save the half of the product with the same result. It's very important. So I go over there. The next thing is, you have with our product, you have time enough. Other products, other ceramic coatings, they say the drying time after put it on the surface will be maybe 2 minutes because of the different solvents inside. Because the drying time with our solvents is quite longer. You have time between 6 and 8 minutes. What you can do in 6 to 8 minutes, you can make maybe a complete hood, as an example. Or when you see, you don't have to work so fast. You have time enough. The drying time is around about 6 to 8 minutes. I think I told you yesterday, 2 very important things. First, the temperature inside of your detailing room. Minimum 15 degrees centigrade multiplied with 2, I think. 59. 59. For me, it's too complicated. 59. 60 degrees centigrade. No, 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Yes. And what is also very important, the minimum of the humidity. We need minimum 40% humidity. Now I go over the surface, not crosswise, not like this, because this is microfiber. And microfiber, they have a small hole inside of the fiber. And we want to bring the product, just polishing compounds or ceramic coating or what else, inside of the fiber that you can buff it off. When you work like this, you only bring the product from one side to the other. You couldn't eliminate it, or you couldn't buff it off. So now I go over there. Just my LED, and then we have a look if I make a small mistake, but I think everything will be. When you are ready, completely with the car, because here just information back. For 6 to 8 minutes, you have time to apply the product. You can go side by side, just relax throughout the car, and then when you completely are ready, the time how long the car stays in your shop will be 24 hours. Therefore, you start maybe in the morning on the lunchtime or something else, and the next day the customer can pick up his car.